Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Antagonist voice.
And I'm the serious strategy gamer.
And we are back playing Suzerain, and everything is going extremely well. Well, except for the economy and the budget, but compared to how it was before, I think things look great.
It's getting slightly less worse, isn't it? It feels like we've had a worse budget at least. The economy hasn't been worse, and I'm not entirely sure what happens if that hits rock bottom. But we have been trying to fix that. So, yeah, let's see. I think last time around we did decide on the...
privatized education.
Yes, at least partially. And we've formed the anti-corruption thing. And we had some compromises. So basically the Conservatives told us they would support us, our reform.
Yes.
And the reformers were just like over the moon with this.
There's a reform. Great. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think the support looks pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I did learn that our nation here of Sordland has 35 million inhabitants. One of the commentators commented that, I guess. So yeah, thank you for sharing that, because I just really couldn't find it. Right, let's have a look at the news and what's going on here.
I think there's gonna be, just like from last time, what I remember as well, is gonna be a bit more struggles with the neighboring countries. So problems between Agnolia and Falkland.
Agnolia and Falkland, true.
Yeah.
They have the issue here about Helgiport.
Helgiport,
completely different. Oh, in Helgeland. That was I was thinking. Yeah, and apparently we have some issue here with our conscription laws. What year are we? Well, that's a good question because we don't know. But apparently our conscription laws are still like masses mobilized instead of being qualitative forces. And we've got some meetings up here with Smolak,
that's what
the
I was
dictator,
saying.
and
Foreign Affairs,
and Van Horten in Agnolia. So just as a reminder, Agnolia is a little bit more the friendly country, sort of our neighboring, sort of brotherly country.
I think very weak economy, hugely also dependent on us.
Yeah,
remember correctly, which is, I mean, who would depend on us?
They've got a weak military. We've got good relations.
It's quite small.
It's quite small, and I'm thinking a little bit of this, like being Austria to like what Austria is to Germany. This is Agnolia to.
I hope no Austrians are watching this.
Hey, you know, you've got like sort of Bavaria and sort of that. So.
Oh, I hope no Bavarians are watching this. Yes.
Just like
this is a very rural, less developed part. Let's call it Bavaria.
Let's call it Bavaria. Let's get into some decisions here. So, Arcadia offers aid. Arcadia is, of course,
the United States sort of
basically.
Thing.
Oh, look at that! They're offering us more budget. This certainly doesn't come with any strings attached. So Arcadia offered us substantial support of financial, logistics and equipment. In return, they request refueling and repairing access to the Air Force Base whenever they require.
Where is it? Lorry Air Force Base?
Lorry is...
Greater
go to location. Apparently just...
right there.
Just right there.
Bam, in the middle. Pretty good location.
Pretty good look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really necessarily dominating anything. So, here's my thinking. We are playing this as a Western reformer.
I go for yes.
Absolutely, yes. I see only good things with that. Firstly, money. That's good. And secondly, I don't actually mind.
Is it their Air Force Base?
I think it's our Air Force Base, but they'll be stationing planes there from their Air Force. But I don't think that's a bad thing, because that means they're going to have more of a chip in our bank, so to say. So they are more likely to defend us, I think.
We might need that.
We might very much need that.
Yeah, let's go for it. I mean, we do want...
Jesus,
I
look
mean,
at
this
that.
is going well.
Yeah, and of course the leftists don't like it because we're aligning ourselves closer to the west here. But I'm super happy with that. What's going on here? Ooh, economy. Investments from Arcadia. That does not actually help our economy, but still it's considered a good.
Are opening new
I would really like for that to recover a little bit at least. And we've got Occasion Air Force rotations here. The 4th Fighter Wing. Interesting. And some aid. Yep.
Yeah, it's good. We do need it.
So, what else have we got? Some reports here. Condemnation from United Cotonia.
Fontana, yes.
Fontana.
Well, they're obviously like the direct opposite from Acacia, and we're not trying to please them either. So.
And
Doesn't really matter.
the Ministry of Health is discussing privatization. So why though? We haven't told
generate
them
new
to.
resources.
So basically, they're thinking about that, but so that decision is probably going to come up soon, which we kind of knew. But
sort
okay.
of said no up until now. Let's see where we stand when we get there. Okay, religious
the
harmony
next one.
bill.
Honestly, I really like the game. I really do like how it's, government meetings and you've got these tough decisions. The only thing I dislike is sometimes these bills get presented to you sort of out of the blue. Sometimes you don't really have the same level of discussion as you have with the other stuff there. So, what's this about then?
Religious harmony bill. For the purposes of increasing religious harmony and unity, the following laws are established in religious affairs. Section 1 of the Religious Harmony Bill will ensure that the day of dissension ceremony in the Ark Sanctuary of Dare shall from now on only hold sermons in the Sordish language. Section 2 will forbid sanctuaries from holding sermons in Bludish unless they receive approval from the Archpriest of Sordland. Section 3 will enforce that all priests applying to be state sanctions have Sordish descendants to be able to receive their salaries and pensions. What?
So you must actually have. That's a peculiar one. I'm thinking no. This seems like outrightly targeted at the Bludish minority.
Yeah, excluding them.
I don't really like the idea of the president vetoing.
I also don't like the Bludish very much from what we've learned in this game so far, but it wasn't very much, to be honest. So I'm not really set on my opinion.
Well, I mean, they definitely seem to.
They don't deserve to be excluded in that way.
I think they are marginalized, and they definitely have some terrorist links. But then again, maybe they only have.
Then
that
again,
because
who
they
doesn't
are
in this country?
So we're gonna veto that, right?
Yes.
Good. That's probably going to trigger some news and stuff. Radical. Protects religious freedoms. It feels like with the left, we are all over the place.
Yeah,
yes,
they
no,
go
yes.
from yay, nay to...
Yeah, right. So, let's see what else we've got then. Seems like some decision in the capital. A call from Gus. That's nice.
I was sipping my first cup of coffee. Yes.
I'm actually doing that right now.
I don't think it's the first cup of coffee.
It's true though. I swore under my breath. I thought my schedule was clear for at least half an hour. Picked up the phone.
Mr. President, how are you doing on this fine day, if I may ask?
How are you seeing him with the accent like that?
I don't know, I just...
I was doing well until you gave me a call. How are you doing?
Lovely. Okay, everything's great, good. I'm calling you because I received a call from the CEO of Arcadian Industries, Aaron Bridges.
About an IPO on the Ventrist Cities stock exchange. Why does a city have stock exchange? Ooh.
Is that our private investment?
Yeah, we made a private investment with our Minister of Rural Development in Arcadia. So
what were we thinking? But okay.
Doubled at the IPO, and that will soon receive the profits. Isn't that great? It's better be worth it. It does seem like it is worth it, and if it has doubled, then I'm thinking we should be standing at a wealth of 3.
I hope so.
You will love it. Total we've made 2 million Solish Ren. I don't know how much a Ren is, but...
No, I'm not much of a risk taker, to be honest. I mean,
we
can't gamble away all of our personal wealth.
That's the one way to get really, really poor with stating stocks is saying, I made a good investment. I should have doubled down on that.
Yes.
That sounds like a good plan. Right, money will be transferred shortly.
Talk to you later.
It's nice.
I'm not the kind of... Well, I wouldn't go for necessarily investing all that again. But,
look at that though.
What is happening? I mean, there must be something coming up because things can't be going so well.
No, things can't be going well. So we've got some decision down here and some in the capital. Which one do we want to go for? Immigration or Peter?
Let's go for the private party.
Gentleman's club? Like what kind of gentleman's club are we talking about?
I think
Like old school or like roadside?
I hope it's like reading the paper and drinking whiskey.
Yeah. Focus. Peter realized needed to break. So, meeting as his new venture, Gentleman's Club. He's been hosting a saloon of sorts. Not just for politicians, but also for artists, entertainers, people of taste.
No wives or girlfriends
girlfriend.
allowed. Hence the name. It's a luxury villa in Arnory. That's where the military base
Yeah,
is.
enjoy your new military plane exercises over your roof.
Loud jazz music.
Smell of whiskey. Real party. I dislike where he's going. He's gonna become a liability, isn't he?
Yep. Well, he's gonna cheat on his wife for sure.
I think he has already.
Okay.
More than a little drunk. Okay,
Okay, let's just go for a good evening.
Let's not completely embarrass him, but welcome, special guest. Aaron handed me a glass of whiskey. To celebrate life, tumultuous professions.
Oh god. Are we gonna get really drunk and then go into that other meeting?
Sounds. What could possibly go wrong? So yeah, just let's necking him a little bit. Club president, I have to remind you of the house rules. There are 3: no politics, no wives, no one sober. Cheers.
Well, let's just go for sipping.
Yeah.
Although, I do look forward to like taking different decisions sometimes in this game.
Yes, I do look forward to like being completely like. But for now, we're being the
We're like
type of
moderate and actually really trying to make this work.
yes.
But it could be fun to
The
not.
radical center.
Yes, bribe me, give me everything.
Stages, paintings. Well, he does have some taste and some lesbian marble staircases. Chandelier, 18th century. Can you believe it? Hatch base into the garden. Well, that's interesting. Here's the question: how are you paying for all of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gus.
See, Gus, I'm not sure I entirely like what you're doing here. We are trying to run a government here, not some sort of scheme where you are brokering for your bodies, which either could... I mean, it could end badly with no malice or with malice. He could be trying to get everyone in his pocket, or he could be just at some point screwing things up, and then just everyone goes down.
Ask him what he promised Gus in return.
That's a good question. Only my money. Well... I don't think we're that prudish, but... Disgusting is a little bit over the top, I mean. There's nothing
let's
like...
go for not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monica? Well, I thought the point was not having any wives here, but okay.
I think he means
Caviar?
not to the club, but to this
Yeah.
house in general.
Rejoin the guests. Cocktail waitresses. Wearing dress.
Okay, let's just go through this conversation.
Yes,
and
wrinkly old man.
I mean, I think we know where this is going.
Mid-20s, red lipstick, Sergeant ponytail. Lesbian caviar. He's, well... Ooh.
Smiling at the waitress.
And
we know where
being
this
smiled
is
back.
going.
And saying you should never ever say sensual in like a single capitalized. No, it's just no. Many nights out as students.
Where are you going? No, to go for the first one.
Yeah.
But I think he won't. We won't stop him.
No, I don't think so, but at least we're making an effort. Oh, hi, Gus. He's over there too. Toast to new member.
Hello again, Mr. President.
Clinked our glasses, raised theirs. Not at all surprised. How long have you been member? Result of your connections? Yeah, I would like to hear a little bit more about that. White network in real estate.
Well, I don't think we're interested in an opportunity such as this.
Balcony. I guess we can't take a cigar.
Yeah,
It seems like 1950s.
We might end up in the press.
Swimming pool, leaning over there. About the deal Peter made. In a nutshell, thanks to my network, he's been able to procure this house for half the asking price. Uh-huh. Similar arrangement with you. There we go. Favorite opportunities.
It's just thank you. No, I don't think you. My first offer is real estate. There's
a vineyard.
Vineyard close to Erdry, including a villa.
Ooh.
With renovation costs.
I do like the idea of a vineyard, though. I just wanted to say it sounds very fitting, but it's not exactly middle class.
There's also option of a football partnership. He owns a portion of Anrica FC.
A Swedish professional football club. Based in Anrica, as you would think.
But you might get some return on that investment. Maybe.
I think that's a little bit outlandish, but a vineyard I can see fitting for this.
Can you check who the previous owner was? Gerald of
Rivery. A pioneering Swedish viticulturist and winemaker of lesbian descent. And
okay, yeah, there's nothing.
It's an amazing amount of backstory you can.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to know if there was anything about him. I mean, don't buy from someone if there's like corpses
that's true.
hidden.
I like the idea of the vineyard, but everything else is peaceful and quiet. That sounds good. Football club? I don't think so. But we can also just shy away from everything.
Separate out. I mean, I personally also like the idea of owning a vineyard.
Yes.
And living in a villa, but
this is getting a bit too close for to comfort with Gus, isn't it?
It is a bit, and it's also I'm not sure if this is the direction we want to go at the moment with.
Yeah, true.
Being the president, if
Let's
it
just
sends
walk away.
The right signals, yeah.
Right, rejoining the party. A rustling from the hedge below.
What's happening there?
A silhouette, two silhouettes.
Two
entangled. Well, if that isn't Peter, I don't know. Let's just be. I just went to the washroom for like an hour or more.
I don't actually really care that much what he does.
Yeah, just curious. Just like old times.
Don't want to go down with him if he goes down.
Yeah, and we'll.
Sorry, I mean he's like. I think he's like a close. One of our close friends, but I'm.
Red lipstick.
Not gonna get involved in that.
No, I'm fully with you. We should cut him off before we go down with him. And oh, look at that! There is actually a lavish party being reported on. Doesn't seem to be going too bad for us, though. No. He's not being liked for that.
From the prism of leadership, the president and his administration have been an absolute failure. Extravagance and secrecy never ever stop with this president.
Fair enough. That's maybe not so good. Okay.
Well, we couldn't choose not to go, could we?
Police violence? No, we couldn't. So we could just have
not buy a house while we were there.
Which we didn't, but we also didn't just say, "Oh, this is absurd," and storm out. Yeah, we are accepting the financial aid. Does that? Yeah, we are following it with our campaign promise, so that's good. Motive still unclear. Potential allies. Yeah, we wouldn't mind that too much actually. Economy is still in shambles though. And there is a report on the privatization in education. Full swing, dozen schools, small percentage of all institutions.
Okay.
Well, that sounds
So
super reasonable actually.
Not-
Happy. And that does leave us with
Okay, let's do this.
one more thing here. So, brief report. Whole Sword posts connection to Young Swords. Chief of Police are currently working for the newspaper. Oh, interesting. So the Whole Sword post, which we've been reading, I guess, for a couple of... No?
The top one is the whole sort post.
Yeah. Okay, so we know that these guys are right-wing. And then we've got a briefing on the status of immigration. That sounds like a perfect thing to do when you've got a bit of a hangover. We've got David, Foreign Minister.
We've got
Joseph,
Joseph from the military.
Lilius,
Graf.
and Simon.
So,
Quickly became heated. I don't think so, Mr. Vichy. It just doesn't make any sense to me that a foreign citizen should come before a Sortis citizen in Sordland.
yes. Oh, I'm Lilius.
Yes, you need
Well
to do
said.
this.
My analysis is also in line with this, especially during the economic recession. We are giving sortish jobs to migrants from other countries. What about our own people?
Immigrants are the reason our economy is not completely unsavageable. Look at Agnolian immigrants in Actonland. They've revitalized the whole region and in turn boosted the economy of the entire country. Simon can attest to that.
Statistically speaking, allowing immigrants to become part of the workforce contributes to our economy, but I agree that the current situation is very nuanced.
Oh, very nuanced. We like that.
With that said, we can't just tighten our immigration policy and expect the economy to stay the same.
Frankly?
Well, we hope it doesn't stay the same. We need to put our economy and the recession at the forefront. Thankfully, we have just started receiving financial aid from Arcadia.
That's good. And then what? We'll become their servants? First, they placed their warplanes in Earlery. Then their armies will come. You will see.
Well, Joseph, I don't think so.
That's the idea, Joseph. Absolutely. I do like this one. Yeah, I do like this one.
We need
Don't
to
be dramatic.
friendly.
Potential allies. Sordland has no allies and never did.
Yeah,
That's the point, though. That's
we
the
can
point.
agree to disagree. Well said, Mr. Lancero. We can't be naive.
Naive would be to me to stand alone in a very hostile world. Right, so let's just superpose, getting blah blah blah. I'm just going to click through this a little bit. So, reach the level of the superpowers? I don't think that's exactly...
I don't think that's possible. I mean, we are like happy if our citizens don't starve at the moment.
Yes. Don't starve, don't completely collapse the economy. We have
we don't have
35
a
million.
putsch or something.
35 million, that's about, I want to say Poland, Morocco, Saudi Arabia maybe. So these are not superpowers. I'm sorry, but let's talk about then the economic impact of immigration, which is what this meeting is actually about, I guess. Our money flow should our utmost concern. Actual change, needed decision. Yes, yes, yes.
Do we have questions? Yes.
Okay. So what's
where do we stand?
exactly?
Okay, all accepted immigrants are given a work permit on arrival, so they can work and contribute. No limit on the number. However, the number has remained stable.
Fair enough.
The fact is, many immigrants work illegally for corporations.
Is the main issue.
Uh-huh.
But you've got a permit, so why are you working illegally?
I don't get it either.
Okay, the Conservatives do see that differently. How many people live here at all? Between 2 to 3 million. See, now it's actually good that we know how many people we have. That does give you a sense of scale. So, less than 10% of the population, like 6% or so. That doesn't sound too much.
Lily says that is a very substantial amount. The primary issue is just the strife they cause between less fortunate sort of citizens and themselves.
True. Typically, they are competition to low skilled labor.
Well, Simon thinks it would benefit everybody.
More taxes. I do like the idea of more taxes. How do they arrive here? That's an interesting question. I'm guessing over the border.
Argnaland, Agnolia border, Bergia to Velen, and third is Lauren Coast. Okay.
Makes sense.
Agnolians are the largest group. Yeah, they have a weak economy. We have got a sort of a friendly border.
Oh, we've also got Foxlandians coming in over the sea. Yeah, okay, they're Soviet, so I guess all Soviet aligned.
Okay, politically persecuted Wizek refugees.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
So, are we gonna make a decision now?
I mean, the numbers are stable.
I have to remind
I
you.
don't feel we have to make it very.
We actually made a promise during the election, which I completely. So thank you, David, for reminding me, because that's been a while. He obviously disagrees. Simon, yes, I think we know everyone's
Okay, so
point.
2 of them approve, 2 disapprove. I think we are ready to make a decision.
I completely agree. And that is, of course, that we will keep them relaxed.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we are, Western orientated. We are for relaxed immigration. That seems.
Yes.
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 just double checking whether I'm clicking the right thing here. So okay, forced to new from Magnolia. Yes, our border posts aren't ready.
Yeah,
our border posts don't need to be specifically ready to let them in, my friend.
Yes, Lilius is not happy. Shameful.
Joseph, we gave you your money. Shut up now.
Joseph, I'm not sure we want to keep you around, actually, long term.
Time to move on. Just say. Right. Let's move on. Anything else?
Well, no. There's 3 ways of saying no. Nothing else.
This is our old and new direction. This is
now
keeping
not
it.
changing anything. So thank you for your contributions.
Upcoming trade talks. Peter has been visiting Stalport, which I think is in Agnolia. So that's a little bit more sounds almost Dutch, and this is a little bit more Slavic, I guess.
Stalport? Yeah, maybe.
Right. Guess we're finished here. Yeah. And that's exactly what we're gonna say. So
okay, exciting.
Interesting turn.
So we made some money this turn.
Both as a country and personally. That's good.
I think so. Didn't buy anything yet, but let's see where this is going. I think that went quite well.
Order? Ooh, look at that. We made some good decisions. Nationwide protests are quelled. Streamlined immigration, that's so-so, but still happy.
Okay. So, thank you very much for watching.
And we hope to see you around next time. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.